Hello, everyone! Welcome to If My Heart Had Wings Flight Diary fan disc. So, I will be continuing this fan disc, and today I'll be playing the after route for the twins. So, let's go to the start page. So, this route stems from the end of the twins route, so I mean Asa and Yoru Kazato from the original If My Heart Had Wings. And before I begin, let's have a brief recap of the twins and what happened to them in the original title. So, the twins are the granddaughters of the person who owns Keifu Academy, and we've seen this man in the twins route from the original title, and also the after route in this Flight Diary fan disc. So, Aoi first meets the twins, so Asa, when she bought so much expensive meat for meat and potato stew. And when he saw someone like Asa, well, that was Yoru. Yoru is upset that Aoi is being too nosy in their business. And then the twins saw the glider go up into the sky. So that was when the glider just got fixed thanks to Ageha and Kotori. And they were testing it out. And that was when Amane was still in the soaring club. And it made Asa excited while Yoru criticized, saying that, well, it's nothing special because it has no engine. And they were cheering for the glider when Aoi tried his best to get the glider up to the fake morning glory with Amane. And they failed. And then 1 year later, so that was when the unfavorite teacher, Tsuruga Sensei, demolished the old garage, and Asa and Yoru moving into the Flying Fish Manor and enrolling at Keifu Academy. They saw the glider in their room, and it reminded Asa of the past. And they were trying to find a home for this glider, and that was where Asa offered the dock or garage. And this is owned by the grandfather, and the twins hang out in this place from time to time. And now that the soaring club is an official club, the dock or hangar is the base for the current club. So anyways, let's see how it goes from here. So one special thing in the twins route is that they went on a double date. Well, that was one of the options. So Aoi couldn't decide who to go out with, whether it's Asa or Yoru. And in the Yoru option, or the none option, they decided to go out together with Aoi. So Aoi's practically two-timing with the twins. So let's begin. Okay, so this one. Okay, so what's going on? It's about the time when we first started dating. About a day that no one flew, a year after since the two of them flew the morning glory. So, in the twins route, it's Asa Yoru who go up to the morning glory in the end. So, one, Aoi crash landed and sustained injuries, and the glider, it was fixed with bandages thanks to the grandfather. And because of the bandage repairs, it means that there are restrictions, and they decided that it's best if Yoru and Asa flew the glider. And surprisingly, Yoru got her pilot's license in Aoi's, or when Aoi was injured and couldn't fly. A story of a hot, luxurious summer day.
Glider ってですね、こう登ったり降りたりするわけじゃないですか。
So it looks like Asa is in Aoi's room. Asa asks an unusual thing one day during summer break. Well, sure. Gliders would naturally descend over time, but if they caught the wind, they would be able to climb. And that is generally how gliders worked.
あれは人生の縮図のようなものだと思うのです。そういう上下運動こそが我々人間が人間らしくあるために必要なのであって。
Yeah, so what are you trying to say?
暇です。
Well, I'm bored. She flat out said.
せっかくみんなお休みだというのに、二人とも一日中ゴロゴロゴロゴロと。
Well, it's boring that we're just here. Doing nothing?
この一日には起伏がないです。青春じゃないです。もっとこう登ったり下ったり、風とか波とか欲しいと思いませんか
？So, for Yoru, I'm not bored. I'm reading something, so...
せっかく3人で集まってるのに、ヨルちゃんは勉強しちゃダメ。
なんでよ。どうせやることないんだし、私が何しようが勝手でしょ。
だって集まってるんだからもっと楽しいことしようよ。
私は勉強嫌いじゃないけど。
Well, I'm okay studying.
そういう問題じゃなくって。
Well, that's good for you, but what about me? Well, you say that, but... Well, we also got bored in playing cards. We all hang out in either of our rooms almost every night when we had time in the first place. So staying in the same place all day got us bored almost instantly. And I could tell Asa is getting restless.
こんなダラダラするくらいならみんなで外に遊びに。
But as soon as Asa opens the door...
ときます。外に出ると確実にアメーバです。
So it's way too hot to just walk out of the room. Well, yeah, you'll die without the air conditioner. That sucks. And it's supposed to reach 38 Celsius today. So, like maybe 105 degrees Fahrenheit. Well, it felt like an inferno is blazing outside. Well, actually more like 100 degrees Fahrenheit. And just walking down the hallway is painful enough. Going outside would be even worse. So we just stayed in the room with AC. And hopefully it's working fine.
先輩は何やってるんですか？さっきからずっと携帯いじってますけど。
Well, just looking up recipes. I'm trying to find something interesting. And for Yoru, nothing matters. She's still reading or studying.
私も勉強道具持ってくればよかったかな。
And we all felt lethargic. We had made plans for today, last night, like getting ice cream at Wendy's or shopping for clothes. But today, these plans are nowhere in sight.
昨日まであんなに希望あふれてたのに、どうしてこんな理不尽と絶望が。
暑い暑いとは予報されてましたけど、こんなバカみた たいな暑さだとは思わなかったですよね。
Well, it's too hot to go anywhere, so just a trip to Wendy's, that's enough to get us drenched in sweat. Yeah, I had stepped out earlier to see how it is, but the occasional wind that come felt awful and the blazing sun had hurt my skin. And there's no way that I would go outside today. We should actually have been thankful that we are inside this cool, safe room.
バイトなくてよかったですね。
And at least you don't have to go to work today. Well, I'm sure Aoi's job is just being the dorm mother and taking care of this old dormitory. Well, thankfully.
今日は全国的に暑いらしいですから、この休みに実家に帰ってる皆さんは災難ですよね。
Well, they might have AC in their homes.
今朝方ここを出たかなこさんなんかは特にね。
I know, right? Well, currently, the entire dorm had gone home, and only Asa, Yoru, and I are here. So everyone had gone back home for the Obon festival. So I'm sure that includes Kotori. We had actually all gone home yesterday, but had come back to the dorm despite having time off work. And family is important, but spending time alone with Asa and Yoru is something I could not pass by.
まあでも、せめて飛び魚荘にいてよかったです。
Well, why?
先輩と一緒にいられるからですよ。
Well, at least you're here. Oh, that's so nice of you.
ま、実家で外に出られないってなると本格的に暇でどうしようもなくなってたでしょうね。
広いだけでやることがないからね。
But you know, since we're alone, it gets kind of boring. But isn't that the same problem that we have right now?
それもそうでした。
So Asa dove onto the bed and started flapping her feet. And while her face is buried in the bed,
先輩、何か漫画撮ってください。
so manga please? Okay, so what title do you want to read?
どれでもいいですよ。どうせ全部読んでますし。
So she's bored that she did not mind what to read. Okay, so I'll pick one for you. Alright, so which one? I went to the bookshelf and picked out some random manga. Okay, so I don't know what this one is, but here you go. There you go, so here. And placed it softly on her butt.
何するんですか、葵先輩。
Well, at least sit better, so don't be all flat down on the bed. Well, I thought it is a nice book. Okay, so a nice book stand.
親父ですか、先輩は。
Hey, so what kind of person are you, senpai?
お尻が割れちゃったら先輩のせいですからね。
Well then, I'll just have to make sure that it doesn't get worse. Ha ha ha.
先輩、セクハラはダメです。
Hey, so that's enough.
親父ですか、先輩は。
Okay, so how's it now? So an hour has passed since then. And so what's going on? So plays the phone. Okay, so everyone's doing something. So Yoru is reading her books, Asa's reading a manga, and Aoi is playing with his phone.
うわ、
And now Yoru is complaining. So what's up?
私すごいことに気づいてしまいました。
She suddenly speaks and jerks her head up.
お昼ご飯食べるためにあの廊下を渡らなきゃいけないんですね。
So, we have to eat lunch, but to do that, we have to go to the dining hall or the cafeteria, and that means walking into the hot rooms without air conditioning. So the hallway, the common area, and the cafeteria, kitchen, dining hall. Well, that is the only way to get to the dining hall, so...
しかも今食堂のエアコンついてませんよね。
So the problem is that the Flying Fish Manor has individual room air conditioning units. So they don't have a central unit, and in order to keep the dining room cool, someone has to actually brave and go through the heat and turn on the AC in the dining room or the dining hall and wait for the air conditioner to cool that room down. Yeah, that's right. And I'm sure these AC units, they're old, so there's no remote control or anything for them to turn on from a distance. She's right. And it drained me just by thinking about it.
先回りして部屋を冷やしておいた方がいいかもしれませんね。
But who's going to go through the heat? It might be a waste of electricity, but that might be for the better, so I'll go do that then. I didn't really want to go, but I prepared anyways, so I'll do my best and brave the heat walking there.
いや、待ってください先輩。
Wait, so what's wrong?
ここは平等にじゃんけんでしょ。
So how about we play a game and decide who is the unlucky person? And I'm sure it's like, well, if we play, Asa is guaranteed to lose, and she'll have to be the one to brave the heat.
どうせみんな退屈してるんです。こういう時こそ自主的に余興を用意していかないと。ダメだよ、ヨルちゃん。じゃんけんは私が負けるからダメ。
There you go. So I'm gonna lose, and you always win. And basically, Yoru can predict Asa's moves.
あら？姉さんは彼氏だからという理由で、あの地獄のような廊下を先輩にエアコン走らせる気なのかしら？
So, Senpai is going to have to sacrifice himself for you, right? And then, how about we all go?
それは非効率的です、先輩。
Yoru is all about efficiency, as usual.
わかったよ。こんなこともあろうかとこっそりじゃんけんの秘策を練ってたんだから。いっつも最初に出すグーを利用して2人がパーを出してきたところを私は。
Hey, so Asa should not reveal her plans about how to win the rock, paper, scissors. Well, she's trying to trick us, right?
間違いなくパーを出してくるわね。
And now Yoru can predict what Asa will play. Okay, so I think Aoi and Yoru, they had the same rock, paper, scissors, and Asa had the losing one. Asa left the room full of rage. And I know she can't lie, but she basically told us what she was going to do. So there you go. So she disclosed or revealed her secret plan about how she'll play.
まあ、姉さんらしいといえばらしいですが。
And it was easy for Aoi and Yoru to counter it. Asa had just given herself away during the game. There you go. Okay, well, we'll just have to play or pray for Asa's safe return from the fiery hells.
戻ってくる頃には汗だくになってそうな気もします。
Yes. And I bet you won't stop sweating just by standing outside in the heat. And we gave our condolences to Asa's misfortune as we imagine how it must have been outside. Oh yeah, well, what do you want for lunch then?
お任せで。簡単なものでいいですよ。
Well, I'll have you pick. And then how about I'll make some soba and we can have sour soba. And there are some leftover eggplant in soup, so we could eat that. I could try eggplant and it would soak up the soup nicely.
文句ないです。
Okay, I'll go with it. Well, I'm hot, so something cool is probably a good idea.
しかし、今日は贅沢ですね。
So how is it luxurious? So yeah, how is it luxurious?
時間の使い方がですよ。何をするわけでもなく、ダラダラしてるわけじゃないですか。
But you know, spending time like this together is quite a good day or a chance. But you are studying.
いや、まあ、そうなんですが。でも、あんまり身には入ってないですし。
But you know, I'm not being efficient, so I'm just trying my best, but I'm not learning as well as I could. She'd been just flipping through some notes, and I guess she hadn't really been paying attention.
だから、あれは勉強というより、ダラダラです。
I see.
だから、贅沢な使い方です。
And that sounds like something you would say.
そうですか?
Really? Well, you are a student, and normally students would not spend quite so freely. Well, time quite so freely. Well, at least they would not call wasting time a luxury.
つまり、私が時間にせこいと。
Well, that's not what I meant.
否定しようとしたものの、いや、どちらかというとせこいよな。
Well,
と
don't
思ってしま
lie.
ったような表情ですね。でも、1年前の私なら、贅沢とも思わず、もったいないとだけ思ってたでしょうけどね。
Well, maybe me in the past would have said that. Yoru says as if she is lonely or fondly remembering the past. And I could clearly remember the time I first met her.
何が青春よ。バカらしい。
So the time when Asa presented the Docker hanger to everyone else.
だって、空を飛んだからってお金がもらえるわけでもないし、テストの成績が上がるわけでもないんですよ。
Okay, so this is from the twins route.
どうして先輩は空を飛ぼうとするんですか?
She could not see the worth of everything around her, so she just tried to act strong. And she probably would have laughed at the thought of spending time like this doing nothing. Well, you know, you've changed quite a lot, Yoru.
何を人事みたいに言ってるんですか? ほとんど先輩のせいじゃないですか。
Well, that sounds like a cover-up.
私はもっと人と慣れ合わずに生きていくつもりでしたのに。
Well, I'm sure I would have been better regardless. Well, stop being such a downer.
ぬくもりを知った分だけ人は弱くなっちゃうんですよ。こんな風になった責任取ってもらわないと。
Well, you know, when you gave me those words, it kind of weakened me, so it's kind of your fault in a sense. Wait, so that's what I'm trying to do right now.
そうでした。
Yes, I see. Yoru gave me a smile that clearly says she's changed from the past.
しかし先輩も大変ですね。もう一人変えてしまった女の子の責任も取らなきゃいけないんですから。
Well, I'm taking responsibility too. So, wait, so for that now too. And at the right time, Asa returns. I'm hot. I'm done. I'm dying. Asa jumps into the room drenched in sweat. Okay, so I did it. Wait, are you okay? It looks like you ran here. Oh, so that's going to generate more heat, and it's gonna make Asa feel even hotter.
あんな場所1秒で向いたら死にます。
Well, I can't stand it any longer, so I have to hurry up and get out of there. Yoru couldn't tell what it's like outside just by looking. Oh, so you could tell just by looking at her face. It looks as if it's not enough to kill.
2人ともお茶取ってきたのでどうぞ。
But anyways, I did bring the stuff that you wanted. Wow, so that's so thoughtful. Well, thanks, Asa. And I grabbed the bottle of tea and the cups that she brought on her way back.
廊下に出るのも一苦労ですし、でしたら私がついでに取ってきた方がいいかと思いまして。まあ、私が今飲みたくて仕方がなかったというのが一番の理由ではあるのですが。
Well, I was thirsty myself, so I see.
生き返る。
想像通り部屋の外はやばかったみたいね。
むしろ予想以上だったかな。食堂がサウナみたいになってたよ。
So the whole dining room is like a sauna. I'm glad I didn't lose. Anyways, well, thank you, Asa.
どういたしまして、先輩。喜んでもらえたのなら頑張った甲斐がありました。
She smiles from ear to ear, making it hard to believe that she had been just about to cry when she had left the room. And it is cute now she's changed her expression so often.
でも、もし次やることがあったら絶対にじゃんけん負けませんよ。試
What?
作考えてきますから。
At least don't spill your plan. Sure.
今日の敗北は明日の勝利のためにあるのです。
And now Asa goes back to bed.
ほんと変わったわよね、姉さんも。いや、前向きよね。
Well, at least you are a lot happier.
まあね。
Asa had laid down on the bed and flapped her feet again. And I could see her thigh between her skirt lift up. Well, Asa, just so you know, I can almost see your underwear.
いいですよ。見たいんでしょ。
Well, I mean, yeah, but there is a time and place, right?
見たいんですか？見たくないんですか？
Well, if it's my girlfriend, then okay, well, whatever. Or
嬉
yes.
しいです。
And she made her skirt flutter even more to the point where... Okay, I don't need to just say the rest. And it's such a tease being able to almost see them, but not quite.
姉さん、それ逆セクハラ。
Hey, so that's not appropriate.
違うよ、夜ちゃん。私は葵先輩が喜んでくれると思ってこうしてるだけ。
Well, it's just for Aoi-senpai, so... Is it bad?
そうだ先輩。どうせ暇ですし。
Asa got out of the bed and moves in closer.
いいことしませんか？
Wait, so what fun?
パンツが見えそうで熱くなっちゃってるみたいですし、クールダウンした方が良さそうですね。だから一緒にシャワーしませんか？もちろん水着着用ですよ。少しはパンツの気分も解消できるかもなんてね。
Well, that does not sound pleasant.
先輩はしたくないですか？
Well, of course I want to. Well, especially after she had got me excited with all that teasing. Asa pushes her body up to mine.
ヤルちゃんも付き合ってくれるよね。
まったく仕方ないですね、姉さんは。
So Yori closes her notebook and comes right next to me as well. And she pushes her body up against me on the opposite side of Asa.
なんだかグダグダですね。
Well, I guess since we are all bored together. Yeah, well, that's true. And what kind of holiday is this where the three people took a shower together because they are bored?
でもまあいいんじゃないですか。せっかくですしグダグダとシャワーしましょう。なんだか恥ずかしいわね、この格好。
Okay, so I was originally going to show this part, but I'm going to skip it. So this was where the H event for this route, so the twins after route, was supposed to take place, but because this is the one novel version, they took out the H event and replaced it with this ridiculous, strange, and bizarre shower event. So Aoi and the twins are in the shower, and the twins are in their swimsuits, and they're both kissing Aoi from each side. So one side with Asa and the other side with Yoru. And they started with Aoi's ears going down to his cheeks, and in the middle, the twins were kissing each other. And that was quite difficult to comment. So anyways, we'll see what happens after this shower event. And more importantly, I wonder how this helps all three of them cool down in this intense heat, because I'm sure all those tensions, that would get your body to heat up in some way or another. But anyways, hold on for a minute.
Senpai?
Yes?
なんでもないです。
Okay?
先輩。
Yes?
いえ、なんでも。
So what do they want? Asa and Yoru. So both of them say, or they call out to Aoi and then they say, well, never mind. Okay, so what is it with you two? So what do you two want?
ちょっとからかってるだけです。
Or I'm playing with Asa and just teasing you. Well, I don't know how many times we continued this little exchange. And after all the kissing in the shower and going to eat, we are back to enjoying our slow and lazy holiday. And the sound of the clock ticking reverberated in the room.
優しい音ですよね。時計の秒針の音、私好きなんですよ。世界に呼吸が刻まれているみたいで、なんだか生きてるっ って感じがしません？
Well, that's something only you would come up with, Asa.
私は貴重な人生の時間が一秒一秒減ってるのを再確認しちゃってあまり好きじゃないけど。
And that is a very Yoru thing to say.
今日という一日もまたその役目を終え、青空はゆっくりと茜色に染まり、あ、そうだ、もうそろそろ涼しくなってるんじゃないでしょうか。
So at least the sun is going down, so it's not as strong as it was around lunchtime, and that means the places will start to cool down. And if they do open the windows in the Flying Fish Manor, I'm sure that will allow the heat to escape. Well, it is probably a lot more manageable, at least.
今更の時間ではありますけど、もう少ししたらお散歩でもどうでしょう。
So now we can go out for a walk and not be worried about the heat. Okay, well, let's go out and in a little bit. And is there anything you want to do or anywhere you want to go?
こんな時間ですし、適当でいいですよ。
Well, anywhere is okay.
私も適当でいいです。だらだら歩きましょう。
Okay, so they go out. So the air is still rather hot, but it's much better than the furnace that it was earlier.
まあ、このくらいであれば歩けないことはないですね。
Well, at least we can walk without any problems. Well, at least it's considerably different once the sun sets.
でもこの調子だと夜も蒸しそうだね。
But it is still hot though. And we walked along a path that I walk countless times with the twins. And the town hadn't really changed that much in just a year. Well, at most, there are some new buildings, or maybe a store or two had changed. But these small changes are just enough to make you feel that the town is alive. So at least there is some progress and there is some activity.
ちょっとずつ変わってますよね。
Well, things are bound to change slightly over time. People, towns, pretty much everything. And there's nothing out there that did not change.
だから退屈に憧れると。
Well, huh?
いえ、そういう価値観もあるなって思ったんです。退屈ってつまりは変化がないってことですよね。物事がなだらかでゆっくりで、そんな風になんとなく思えただけです。
Well, does that mean you want things to stay the same?
そういう日もあるってことです。いつもじゃないですよ。
Well, sometimes I wish I could stop time and stay at a particular location. Like a peaceful summer day where you can feel the luxury of being bored. So the sun headed towards the horizon and scattered a ray of red light on the asphalt, painting a world or the world orange. So my vision is pierced by the glare as I stared at the sunset. And I looked away and looked at the girls standing beside me. Okay, so both Asa and Yoru are holding my hands.
確かに退屈は嫌ですけど、変えたくないものってありますよね。
倫理上難しいかもしれないわよ。
そこはほら
Well,
頑張るしか
so you might have to work hard.
姉さんらしいわね。なんとなく歩いてましたけど、結局こっちに来ちゃうんですね。
So anyways, why did we end up at Windmill Hill? Well, I guess it's just out of habit, so I like walking around here.
いつものことですからね。
There you go, so we come here a lot. Well, almost every single time. So we had ended up here after all. So, Windmill Hill. The symbol of the town that is made by their grandfather and the school's board chairman.
どんなに暑くても風車は淡々と働き続けると。ご苦労様ですよね、本当に。
今日は風ほとんどないけどね。
But unfortunately, there's not much wind, and that's why it got hot. Well, there are days like that.
だけどいつも思うんだけど、風車って扇風機みたいだよね。
Well, okay. Well, if you consider that the blades are spinning, then yeah.
扇風機を回したまま紙を差し込んだらブーンって変な音が鳴るじゃないですか。私よくやるんですけど。
Hold on, I went too fast. So let's see what Asa said.
扇風機を回したまま紙を差し込んだらブーンって変な音が鳴るじゃないですか。私よくやるんですけど。
Okay, so, you know, if I stick a paper into a fan that's on, it makes some kind of sound. But that's dangerous. And if you see the blades, so on the newer fans, they actually have a little sticker telling you not to stick anything to the blades, including fingers.
だったらこれだけ巨大な扇風機みたいな機械に相応のサイズの紙をペロンって入れてあげたらサイズ相応のすごい轟音が鳴るんですかね。
And I'm sure if the fan does manage to cut the paper, it's going to create a huge mess. And the fan's gonna blow it everywhere.
試してみましょうか、姉さん。
Well, if you're interested, we can try it out.
どうやって？あんな高い場所にあるんだよ。
So, try it out on the wind turbines? Well, those are big.
私たちにはグライダーがあるじゃない。
Well, that's dangerous. Well, let's try to avoid any accidents, okay? So we had one, and it nearly brought the club down. So Aoi getting hurt, and Torioka Sensei shutting down the club, and the only reason it remained intact and it was resurrected is because the grandfather, he overrode Torioka Sensei's decision. But I'm sure it's like, well, I still want you two to be careful from the grandfather. We walked while we talked about silly things like that. All the way to our familiar secret base. And we ended up here as well.
ま、一日一回は顔出さないと落ち着かないような気がしてしまいますね。
But you know, this place is good, and it's good to come here once in a while to settle down and maybe remember the good times being in here. Well, I know how you feel. And the secret base is part of our daily lives. That's true.
しかし暑いですね。
さっきまであんな暑かったわけだし、ここ換気悪いからね。仕方ないわよ。
And unfortunately, this place gets hot too. Well, let's see. the hot air from earlier had been trapped inside and had kept the heat indoors, or basically kept this place hot. And Asa immediately turns on the fans.
ここ冷房ないですし、仮にみんながいたとしても部活無理でしたよね。
Yeah, well, it's good that today is a holiday in many ways. Asa takes out a piece of loose piece and inserts it to the blades of the fan. And the fan hit the paper and made a strange noise. And I hope it didn't break the fan. Hey, so be careful not to stick your finger in there. That's true.
姉さんったら子供みたいに。
我々は宇宙人だ。
So now Asa's talking to the fan, and you can hear the fan blades chopping up Asa's voice. Well, that's nostalgic. I used to do that a lot a long time ago. And I used to play around the fan like that, and as a kid, and my parents would scold me. So come on, I don't want you to block the cool air from the fan, so get out of the way.
ですよね。
Or basically, don't hog the fan to yourself. And that was when I was a kid.
どうしました？なんだか遠い顔してますけど。
Well, nothing. So just remembering when I was young and also thinking about right now. And when I was young and a lot smaller, I didn't have much freedom and I wanted to grow up as soon as I could. And now that I realized, well, it's actually difficult. So basically, being younger is better. So as you grow older, you get more problems, you have to deal with more issues, and it's not all that fun.
何の話ですか？
So about what we talked about earlier. So how things change and don't, and it's a pretty delicate age. And I looked at the picture stand on the table. So this was from the end of the twins' route in the original novel. So a souvenir photo after the two of them flew the morning glory last year. And it is a precious memory, proof that we won't forget that day.
この時間が止まってしまえばいいのに。
And basically, I wish time would stop. Well, basically, it'll be good to return to this time. Wait, what?
そんな顔してました。違いました？
Well, you're sharp. Yep, well, that's exactly what I am thinking.
わかりますよ。私も不意にそんなこと考えちゃいますから。
Well, I had that thought a lot. Well, especially lately. And just hoping for time to stop right then. Well, we won't be able to fly the morning glory if time stopped. And that would be problematic.
先輩はまだ飛べてませんもんね。私たちと違って。
Well, I'm sure that's for you to look forward to, so you haven't flown yet. Well, come on. So don't think that you're better than me, because you flew it first.
時間が巡らなきゃチャンスもやってきませんからね。
Well, if you stop the time now, then it's gonna be impossible for the next morning glory to arrive. And technically, if it's possible, Aoi will have to rewind the clock and go back to the time when the morning glory is about to appear. And that's what we know. So wishing for change, wishing for stagnation. Another day is about to end. Okay, so now it's night, and I wonder if all the heat has dissipated by now. So I'm sure it's still hot. After we left the base, we went to the new, Tsukemen restaurant in town to eat dinner. And we are already out, so we decided to just go for it and eat dinner somewhere else. Oh, so we went to that restaurant. So the Tsukemen restaurant, so it's not anything like a date at all, but still. Well, you two should have gotten the large size then. So you two are both excessively stuffed. So it costs the same as a normal bowl, so it's kind of a waste if we went with the usual size. But I'm sure it comes at the expense of hurting their stomachs, so eating too much, or they dump out the excess. So their family is really rich, but they are careful about spending money. So do you want to test? Oh, so rest somewhere for a bit. So let your stomachs calm down from all the food that you stuffed in it, and then we can walk home. So let's do some exercise to burn off all this extra calories. Yep, same here for Yoru. And earlier, they are holding my hands like they are trying to steal it away from me, but now they're holding onto their stomachs. Well, I'm sure we know why. Well, I guess it's because I eat that much normally, so it's perfect for me, but it's too much for you two. And plus, I was a big man, so I don't really think it has anything to do with gender. And there are plenty of women that could eat a lot of food. And besides, not eating much would save more money than eating as much as possible. But at least it tasted good, so we should go there again someday. Yeah, well, I really liked it too, so let's go again. And it's pretty cheap, and you could even have an extra rice for free. All in all, it is good value. Well, this place could become a frequent hangout, I thought. So maybe in the future we can treat this, or basically invite the other Sora Club members to this place. So invite Kotori, Ageha, and maybe Kanako and the other boarders. So anyways, so how about we go or stop by the convenience store? Wait, so do you want some digestive medicine? I asked Asa, who is holding onto her stomach. No. So it's not that. So fireworks? So there is a concert in the Flying Fish Manor's garden every night during summer. And the summer bugs singing echoed in the night sky.
どれにしよっかな。線香花火は最後に取っておくとして。
So they're going to play with sparklers and fireworks.
姉さん、線香花火はいっぺんで燃やさないようにね。
どうして？そっちの方が派手なのに。
So why not? It looks good.
もったいないでしょ。
We opened the package of fireworks we got from the convenience store as we listened to the choir and chose a firework to light first. We had prepared a bucket of water for the cleanup as well. We also lit fireworks the summer we flew the Morning Glory too.
こうしてると休みの締めっぽい気がします。
Okay, so we have Asa lighting up a firework and running around with it. Asa nods while lighting the firework she had in her hands.
飲みの後にラーメンを食べるように、夏のデートは花火で締める必要がある。そう思いませんか？
So, do you go out drinking, Asa?
いいえ、未経験ですが。
No?
姉さんってそのうちおっさん臭くなりそうよね。
And the fireworks sparked in various colors, adding a little color to the dark night. And it isn't a special night or anything, but there is a little change.
終わってみるとやっぱりたまにはこういう日もいいですね。
So what's that?
何にもない日です。だからちょっとだけ何かあろうとして、こういう退屈な日って考えても仕方ないことをいろいろ考えちゃったりもして。
So at least we found something to do on this boring day. So that?
取り立てて何かあったわけでもないですけど、今日すっごく楽しかったです。
So we went from being bored to having fun. And that's an achievement. Asa took out 2 fireworks from the package and lit them both at the same time. And so red and blue sparkles are born as 2 fires mixed together. And the colors don't mix though, so the 2 colors are left as they were and a different firework is created. And it reminded me of the girls.
だからもったいないって言ったじゃない。
Well, I told you, so only light one at a time.
いいんだよ。こういうくだらないことにちょっとした贅沢を見出せるのがパック花火の醍醐味なんだから。
Well, they're cheap anyways, so... And being able to move someone's heart using the modest trivial of things is so like Asa.
ま、姉さんのそういうとこ嫌いじゃないですけどね。
And being able to look at things and smile is so like Yoru. And me too. And I appreciate the fun summer night I spent with these 2. And that's why I thought about wanting these nights to last forever and not thinking about them. So school life is not going to last forever, the time of spending the summer with the others. And just like when Amane had graduated from the Soaring Club, our time would come too. But then again, I was 1 or maybe 2 years above them, so he'll graduate first, and it'll be a couple more years before these twins also graduate. So, and I'm not sure if the twins are second year now or they're still first years, But either way, they still have many years to go before it's time for them to graduate. Well, I don't know what my relationship with these two would hold in the future, but I know that there would be some complications. So we have become sensitive to change, and we found relief in days like this where we could be lazy.
もうちょっと次。
姉さん、次は1本ずつね。
Okay, so now back to just one firework at a time. So we're gonna run out pretty soon if you keep up with 2 fireworks.
夜ちゃんのケチ。
Well, you're no fun.
どうかしたんですか、先輩。またぼーっとしてますけど。
Well, no, it's nothing. Just thinking again.
きちんと遊ばないともったいないですよ。姉さんは2本も3本も同時に火をつけてますし、それに花火ってほら、すぐ終わってしまいますから。
So basically, come on, so join the fun. So Asa's going to use up all the fireworks and you won't have your chance.
時は待ってくれないんです。だから今日みたいな日は贅沢。そう思いません？
Yeah, well, you're right. And I full-heartedly agree with Yoru and took out some fireworks from the package. And I lit them and joined the girls. So next time, let's do this with everyone, including the other members of the Soaring Club.
じゃあ来週あたりまたやりましょうか。アゲハ先輩とかも呼んで。
So I'm sure next week everyone will be back. So that includes Ageha Senpai and
そういえば昨日実家でスイカが余りそうだって話を聞きました。親戚が農園をやってて。
じゃあそれもらっちゃって、その日にみんなで食べようよ。そうだ、流しそうめんがやってみたい。
so maybe let's try more fun activities together.
姉さん、花火と関係なくなってるわよ。
Wait. So I thought we're talking about fireworks, not food.
でも夜ちゃん、やってみたくない？流しそうめん。
いや、まあ、やってみたいけど。
Well, okay then. So let's do that as well. And as time passes, so did the surroundings. And that's why I would never forget insignificant, luxurious days like this one. Okay, so that's the end of the after route for the twins. So overall, I do like the parts around it. So starting from how it was a hot and boring day and there's nothing to do, but then they found something that they could do together, and in the afternoon they got to enjoy many things as a trio. So visiting the places that they like, playing with the fan, and even eating out together and ending with fireworks. But there's one part that really ruined this route, and it's the shower scene. So I feel that the Monaro replacement is actually much worse than the actual H scene, and it was pretty hard to play through it. But anyways, Aoi two-timing with the twins, that's already a bad idea at first. If you remember in the original novel, almost all the girls were upset. So that's including Kotori and Ageha, and maybe some of the classmates as well. And it came out of, well, if you don't know who you want, how about we both go out with you, and that way everyone will be happy. And there was something like this similar to A Sky Full of Stars, the Interstellar Focus special disc. So now that I'm done with this Twins After route, let's see what other routes are in this Flight Diary fan disc. And you can go see them once I have them available on this channel. So anyways, with that in mind, I'll see you if you're to play through on a future game.